More on the U.S. strikes on the Houthi targets in Yemen. We want to bring in GOP South Dakota Senator and member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Mike Rounds. And Mike, go Jackrabbits. And thanks for joining us today for the show. I just want to share this real quick, Senator. This is Morgan Ortega's talking about, again, this idea of putting the Houthis not only on a terror list where they belong, but also targeting them and their benefactors from Tehran. Listen to this. Get your reaction on the other side.
Remember, in the Trump administration and Trump 1 at the State Department, we designated the Houthis as a terrorist organization. Within days of coming into office, President Biden and his team removed that designation for no reason. This is a warning not only to the Houthis, but to all terrorists. If you try and strike at the United States, this is not the Biden administration. We will punch back.
You know, sometimes you get a bit of sound like that, Senator, and you say, couldn't have said it better myself. Your reaction?
Amen. It's about time. We've been following this now for more than a year. The Houthis are definitely in a position to do a lot of damage to international shipping. They've attacked our warships in the Red Sea region. They are not to be allowed to continue on. President Trump finally coming back in. It's kind of like having the new sheriff back in town again. And this has to be done. It should have been done a long time ago. These folks are dangerous. They're using sophisticated weapon systems that Iran has been providing to them. They've attacked over 300 ships, about 140. Some of them have been American or U.S. warships. There's no reason, there's no excuse this shouldn't have been done earlier. And in fact, in the last couple of years, the Biden administration has said our folks can go in and find the launchers, and they can take out the actual missiles themselves, but they were not being allowed to go back in and take out the command and control structures. They weren't being allowed to go after the folks that were actually making the decision to attack our troops. And so, man, bring it on right now. It's about time. I'm glad the sheriff is back in town again. This is moving in the right direction. It should have been done a long time ago.
Should have been done a long time ago. And I think there are a number of people who would agree, not just here in the States, but around the globe. You have to have security so you don't end up with ships having to go all the way around the horn, costing the global economy billions of dollars. Let me switch gears very quickly to Trinidad Aragua here domestically. People have made the argument, Senator, that based on what happened at the Supreme Court, you're going to end up with rogue judges. Some have described them as this. Others say they're defenders of the Constitution. But by any measure, this can be a real thorn in the side of what this administration is trying to do when you have judges suggest that maybe you ought to bring them back while I figure out whether or not you actually have the executive authority to send some of these gang members abroad. I don't have as much time as I'd like, maybe about 30 seconds or so. I just want to share this from Marco Rubio talking about deportations. Get your reaction to what the Secretary of State has said. He said, we have sent 2 dangerous top MS-13 leaders, plus 21 of its most wanted, back to face justice in El Salvador. Also, as promised, POTUS, we sent over 250 alien enemy members of Trinidad Aragua, which El Salvador has agreed to hold in their very good jails at a fair price that will also save taxpayer dollars. Your thoughts on that and whether or not this is the best we can do to get these killers out of our country?
In a short period of time, I'll simply say they never should have been allowed into our country in the first place. It's our responsibility to protect our families, to keep our streets clean and safe. And that's exactly what the president said he was going to do, and that's what you're seeing being executed right now. We will follow the law. The law is clear. We believe that we can do this. Let's get these folks off the streets. Let's get them out of our country. They never should have been allowed here in the first place.
And 100% on that. And remember, it's not just politics here. We're talking about real families, real lives, real communities that are relying on our government to protect us. Senator Mike Rounds from the great state of South Dakota. I said, Joe, go Jackrabbits. Thank you for sharing some of those national championships. Spread the wealth, my friend. Finally.
Man, go Jacks. We're on our way again.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will be. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. Meantime, stranded astronauts soon